Central Florida. Greg, we look at the rosters of these teams, the athleticism they both have just jumps right off the page.
Listen, we're almost guaranteed multiple highlight level plays in this one. This is the kind of game where you see what incredible athletes the NBA has.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Jones and Williamson in at the forward positions. Trey Murphy is out there with Fears. And it's Queen in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And Jeremiah Fears gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Williamson against Banchero. Back to Black. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Carter. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
How about the effort by Carter? Always lurking there on the offensive glass.
Screen by Jones. Banchero against Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
The three from Banchero. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
GA, the Pelicans reshaping this roster, but plenty of long-term Pels still in the lineup.
Kevin, continuity matters. They've got talent, chemistry, and have weathered the storms together. Now, can they make some real headway?
So it's Orlando now. New Orleans knocking down that triple moments ago. Wagner wide open. And another three for Orlando.
Something Wagner continues to work on. It's huge when he's connecting from outside.
Pass to Queen. Williamson against Banchero. And here's Jones. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. To the inside. Banchero passes to Wagner. And the shot is good. Wagner's got his second basket of the night.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Williamson outside. The three. And Trey Murphy gets the three. He has 6.
And there's an assist for Zion. And don't forget, Point Zion has become a real thing. Williamson can make good decisions with the basketball.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks. The Magic building up a roster of players who D-up. Coach Jamal Mosley said, your culture is the type of guys you bring in, the type of people you have around. If you're a defensive team, then you probably have defensive guys. You can't be that and have all shooters that don't defend. Guys, back over to you.
Yeah, you're right. They've got great personnel. Thanks a lot, Allie. And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's ready to talk things through with them. Richardson, he's checked in for the Magic. Jones comes in for Black. With this break, a look at our 2K leaderboard and the top passing centers and power forwards over the course of the past 10 games. Fifth best, Paolo Banchero.
It takes a tremendous feel for the game to be able to make the passes these big guys are capable of making out of the low post.
Yeah, having a big guy who can create for others used to be a luxury, but now it's a requirement, and it makes your offense that much harder to defend.
Now, here's Banchero. The 7-footer falls. Banchero's got 7 points.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
There's the triple. And Jones pulls it down. Magic leading by 4. Pass to Banchero. Wagner outside. Banchero inside, covered by Williamson. And it's Banchero missing.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Orlando's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. .32 seconds left in the first quarter. Back to Richardson. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Pelicans trail by 4. Poole outside. 15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Magic, leading by 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Magic.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
So for New Orleans right now, they've got Yves Missi. Jose Alvarado is out there with Jordan Poole. Then it's Saddiq Bey. And it's Matkovic in at the 4 slot. And for such a young team, pretty impressive how well the Magic defend.
And that's their identity. They are elite at that end of the floor, and they force turnovers at a really high clip.
The Magic making a switch here. Black's checked in. Here's Black. Still yet to score. Outside, Payne. Batase setting a screen for Payne. Poole right side. No good on the triple. Magic leading by 4. To the middle. Here's De Silva. Lays it up off the glass.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here are the Pelicans with the ball. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington. They'll face the Wizards. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Poole, no good. For the New Orleans Pelicans, their last game a loss to the Hawks.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
And I wonder if the crowd noise got in their head. It seemed like it was affecting them.
And you have to stay connected to Bane. He's too good off the catch.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Paolo Banchero's checked in for Orlando. Greg, in the middle of a season like this, what possible road bumps could teams run into?
Well, I think it's important that players not fall into that trap of looking too far ahead, right? This is when it's important for a team to stay focused and be in the moment. These are the dog days of the season.
Here's Fears. 11 points for him in that last game against Atlanta. Lets it go with the three. And again, New Orleans has no up. Orlando leading by 9. Pass to Black. Banchero outside. Orlando moving the ball around. Batazzi is screen on Jones. De Silva. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Pelicans have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Here's Batadze, still scoreless. And a wide open look for Payne. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to Poole. Here's Fears. Black defending. The three from Poole. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Well, that is what Poole does best. He is a major threat from beyond the arc.
And one of those high-variance teams, at times the Pelicans seem like a factor, but other times they falter. How do you evaluate them?
Yeah, they certainly have some top-tier talent at the top of the roster, but they've had a very difficult time staying healthy, and ultimately, that always interrupts your momentum.
It sure does. So for the Magic, Wagner comes in for Goga Bitadze. And it's Franz Wagner in for Bane. Trey Murphy's checked in for New Orleans. .157 left in the first half of the game. Now Black, nothing on the board.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Magic lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Williamson.
As you expect, Zion getting forceful and dominant inside.
Here's Black. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Here's Banchero for 3. Here's New Orleans. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Zion Williamson is a force offensively, but now he's applying his physical gifts to the other end of the court. He said, quote, teams were hunting me on defense. Watching the film, I didn't like that. I just started taking a lot more pride in it, working on it so I can hold my own. Kevin, back over to you.
Locking in. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. New Orleans has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. The wide open look here for Fears. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy.
Desmond Bane.
Here's Black. Scoreless thus far. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Payne for three. Pelicans pull it in.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there's enough game left to make corrections.
Williamson outside. Out left to the wing for three. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
His willingness to share the ball elevates this offense.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. New Orleans on top as they score 14 straight points to finish the period. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, guys. I'm alongside Coach James Borrego. And, Coach, a nice effort so far. What's the key here in the second half, though?
Stay with our defense. That's the key. When we have our opportunities, push the pace. But we got to get stops, push it at them, and keeping a rhythm offensively at our point.
Defense leads to offense. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Allie. Much appreciated. Halftime now, and we'll be back to get the third quarter underway in just a moment.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
And you know, for that matchup with the Wizards, on paper, these teams are pretty even. So what will be the determining factor there, Ernie? I'm not sure, but they got to avoid mental errors.
Shaq, you agree with Kenny?
Not on most things, but this case, yeah,
maybe.
Yes.
It took you too long.
Turning back now to that game we've been watching. A positive first half for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Talk about putting yourself in a position to succeed. They've executed, and they're taking good shots.
Playing just the way it's drawn up, and let's credit their game planning as well. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Without question, Trey Murphy displaying his skills today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
There is nothing better than watching scorers get their points within the flow of the offense.
Wagner is in the front court alongside Banchero. Desmond Bane out there with Anthony Black. And it's Carter in at the center. That's who's out there for Orlando. Tim, at one point, your dream was to play professional baseball. Why did you switch?
Kevin, it really came down to this. Hit a growth spurt when I was 14 years old, and I decided to go try this basketball thing that first year in high school. As it turns out, what I fell in love with, I didn't need anybody else to get better. I had an insatiable work ethic. It lent itself to hours and hours on the basketball court by myself.
That is such an interesting perspective.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
In the pass to Williamson. New Orleans moving the ball around. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from deep. Carter pulls it in. Orlando's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Black finds Wagner. Outside, Bane for the tie. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Queens got 4 rebounds now tonight. Lets the three fly. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got his 4th rebound in this one. Trey Murphy, and you can make the case for this, Tim, has been the Pelicans' most consistent player. Would you agree?
I totally agree with that, Kevin. He's gone well beyond the 3-and-D blueprint. He's got that sneaky bounce that can put you on a highlight reel.
And you look at his face, he never changes expression, does he? But boy, is he focused, and he is zeroed in.
So stoic, but so good.
Well said. Free throw good, Bane.
And what you love about Bane is just how hard he works. His drive to keep getting better on display.
And it's tied up with that one.
He's as good as it gets at the line. Pretty much automatic.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan.
To check out Zion Williamson. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And Fears has it in the corner. And again, no good by New Orleans. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Wagner from long range. And Fears pulls it down. Pass to Jones. To the wing on the left. Carter against Williamson. Clock at 6. Back to Jones. And the Pelicans miss again. Orlando's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Banchero looking around. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. The Pelicans have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Here's the screen. Off the mark, and the drop continues. Magic have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Well, at 6'10", GA, Franz Wagner provides great versatility to this offense.
Yeah, and he's a solid decision maker, capable of running the show. He's a gifted scorer and playmaker. Plus, he provides matchup problems with that size.
Pass to Jones, and Fears has it in the corner. Beyond the arc, hits it from three-point range. Fears has got 6 points.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
There's 49 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Black. Off target with his 3. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Here's Fears. And the Pelicans hit again from deep.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Jones against Wagner. Payne for 3. Pelicans pull it in. Outside, Jones. Kicks it out to Williamson. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
That's just a great play on his part with the clock winding down.
And so it's New Orleans with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Jordan Poole is out there with Jose Alvarado. Then it's Yves Missi. Then it's Zion Williamson. And it's Bey in at the 3. Alvarado. A fresh 14 for New Orleans. And the shot goes in. Williamson's got the lead up to 8 now for the Pelicans.
Yeah, and you know, when it comes to his rebounding, Zion is actually more impactful on the offensive glass.
And it's Banchero missing. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. To the left wing, here's Bey. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Banchero dishes to Richardson. Here's Black. No good on the 3. Pelicans leading by 8. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. The kick out to Poole. Shot clock at 5. There's the 3. Rebound by the Magic.
And they're winning this game despite his difficulties at the offensive end.
Now, here's Banchero. Defended by Missi. And it's Banchero missing.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
And it's Williamson missing. The Magic trail by 8. Here's Black. Shoots the 3. The 3 goes down.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Group substitution here for New Orleans. Queens checked in. Herbert Jones comes in for Saddiq Bey. Trey Murphy's checked in for Poole. And Fears is subbed in for Jose Alvarado. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what James Borrego was saying to his team. And he encouraged them to stay focused and not get complacent, saying we've worked too hard to get this lead and we're not going to give it up now. Stay connected, play smart, let's get this win. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. The three is off. And Wagner's got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. Now Banchero. Here's Carter. Black with it. Carter with the screen. For three. Does not go.
Yeah, I think he forced that a little bit there. Should have tried for a higher percentage look from the three.
Jones.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
The Magic trail by 7. Layup, no good.
Well, give the defender credit. Sometimes it's enough to force the miss.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Magic have gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Bane looking around, and the 3 misses.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
If he can just make a couple of buckets, though, this can all be put in his rearview mirror.
Cleared away by Carter. Orlando's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only 1 of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. The 3 doesn't go.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making them.
Here's Queen, defended by Carter.
Magic foul. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Pelicans, Derek Queen. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he gets them both, and it's a 9-point ball game.
Stepped up to the line, and he took care of his business and guaranteed the win.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 9. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
And I'm sure the coach is telling them it ain't over till it's over. Yeah, but I don't know.
Now Banchero. Now, here's Bain. Oh, softly lays it in. Now, Fears. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. It's Jones on the wing. He's defended by Wagner. And Carroll vacuums it in. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
Zion, this is a team with some outstanding young players with complementary skills. How do you see yourself fitting in?
I think I fit in very well. I think I'm a very versatile player. You can throw me out there with any group, and I'm going to put up, do something to contribute. And I think we're a very unselfish team, so that plays a big part to it.
And any group would be happy to have you. Thanks, Zion.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.